Hello everyone, my name is Yana and this is Taking It Easy with E. Welcome to Taking It Easy with E, where yours truly talks about anything, everything, and all things she wants to talk about because it is her podcast. As I said before, welcome back to my podcast. It's nice to have you. For this week's podcast episode, I'm going to talk about everybody's favorite time of the year. You know what I'm about to say. It is back to school time. Well, now, as far as I know elementary schoolers and middle schoolers go back next week, and high schoolers get to have the extra advantage of having a week left of summer vacation. So in honor of y'all going back to school so early, I feel bad for y'all. I'm sorry, that was mean. But anyway, here are some tips you may have already known and new tips you might not know on how to get ready to go back to school. Okay, let me get the first tip out of the way. It's going to be quick and simple. Fix your sleep schedules. I know a majority of y'all have whack sleep schedules. Y'all be going to bed at 3 a.m., 4 a.m. in the morning. Man, some of y'all don't even go to bed at all. So that's what I suggest you do. Fix your sleep schedules, because I know y'all going to have to get up super early to go to school. And that's the crazy part. Why does school start so early in the morning, though? But I guess the earlier you go, the earlier you get out, in a way. Maybe. But fix your sleep schedules. If you don't go to bed at all, or you go to bed at like 3 o'clock in the morning, I suggest you take it back to like 10:30, 11 on a good night. Or maybe even earlier if you want to be really, if you really want to step out of your comfort zone. But please fix your sleep schedules. Now, this second tip is more directed to the parents, guardians, or anybody who buys your child's school supplies. Or hey, even if the child buys their own school supplies, this is for you too. So you know how in almost every department store around this time, they always have a school list of what you're supposed to buy for the first day of school, but every time you always spend more than you need to, and when you get to school on the first day, the teacher requires less materials than you actually needed. So, for my suggestion or recommendation, I would just go with a simple folder with paper in it, a notebook, pen and pencil, and a pencil case, and then have the students write down what they need from each teacher as they go on through their day. And when they get home, they'll have a list of everything they need for class, so that way you won't be out of money. That's just a money saving strategy right there. I wish my parents would have known about this earlier, but like when I first started school. But as the years went by, when I got to high school, when I got to high school, we started implementing the strategy so we wouldn't be out of money, because sometimes school can be really expensive. A third tip for going back to school, a lot of people don't do this, but I really recommend that you do, because it is crucial for you. Eat breakfast. I cannot stress that enough. Eat something before you go to school. No, I don't mean don't eat chips. Don't eat candy. Don't drink no soda this early in the morning. It's 6 o'clock in the morning, man. Don't eat that junk food so early. Eat something healthy, like have your mom cook something for you, or have her stop by a local fast food restaurant and get breakfast for you. Just something to give you energy to last you through the morning. Now, the chips and stuff you can have like for lunch, but don't eat just chips or mini snacks so early, because you are not going to last the whole morning. Trust me, I've been there. I low-key still do that sometimes, and I shouldn't. But please eat something hearty before, not too hearty though, before you go to school. And my last tip that I leave with you all is to be kind to one another. Also, cannot stress this enough, please be kind to one another. Especially, actually in all grades, elementary school, middle school, high school, and sometimes even college. Sometimes. Because people can be so, how do I say that? People can be so not positive in some aspects, but you need to counterbalance that with your kindness. Like, for example, when I was on campus a while back, I held the door for a guy, and he just walked by, didn't say thank you, didn't acknowledge me or nothing. So I'm like, oh, okay, I did my good deed for the day. But that doesn't mean you just stop there and just be like all mean and grumpy to everyone else because somebody said thank you to you. I just kept going. I held the door for somebody else, and they said thank you. And eventually, I felt better. I mean, I didn't feel any type of way when that guy didn't thank me. But in some way, I did a little bit because that was rude. But I just had to ignore that little boy and just go on by my day and be positive. And so that's why I say to you guys, be kind to one another. My whole channel is about being positive. So be positive to one another, because there's no necessary means for being negative. So be kind, please. That being said, I wish everyone a great school year. Students, do not stress out your teachers by doing anything you should not be doing in class. And teachers, please be chill on the amount of homework and tests you give your students. Because sometimes y'all go over the top with it. And we're not saying that that's bad, but that's just so much you have to grade, though. Think about that. And with that also being said, I hope everyone has a great day, great night, or whatever time you're listening to this podcast episode. This has been Taking It Easy with E, where yours truly, Yana, talks about anything, everything, and all things she wants to talk about because it is her podcast. Have a great time of day, everyone. Bye, y'all.